What is up, guys? It's time for another discussion video. Another new release. This is crazy. So we had the RS1 last month, and then this month we've got the new Rzr XP Turbo S. And I'm pretty stoked. It's 72 inches. Thank you. It's a long travel. So I am pumped about that. I want to just go over this just kind of like the RS1. Let's watch the video and just kind of pick it apart and talk about it a little bit. But I'm pumped. I'm pumped that we got competition out there. We got companies that are really fighting for your business, and it's just going to make the sport better. And we all love side-by-sides, and I love seeing them progress. And I'm excited. I'm excited. I love to ride, just like all you guys. So I'm stoked that we got another cool machine. I want to check out that RS1, and now I need to check out this Turbo S. So let's go to the video, and let's just kind of go through the video and see what they got for us.
When the off-road gets ugly, it takes a beast to tame it.
I like the new LED lighting. That's pretty badass. You know, it's little things, but it's cool that they've made it. You know, they've kind of stepped it up on all this stuff. I like. So the new machine isn't really like revolutionary. It's more evolutionary. It kind of reminds me of like a 911. They're just perfecting an already good machine, and so I'm pretty excited about it. I am pretty excited about it. It's going to be cool. But yeah, I like the LED lights. I think you guys probably will too. Cool. So we've got beefed up suspension. All new heavy duty arms and axles, trailing arms, radius rods, all beefed up. And then we got to talk about the tires. 32-inch tire stock on 15-inch wheels. That's pretty cool. The first thing I did on both the Mavericks was change the tires to 32s. I want 32s. So with a long travel, having that extra little bit of clearance and cushion in your tire, I felt like it made a big difference. So I love that we've got a 72-inch machine that is coming stock with 32-inch tires.
More bigger, build stronger.
I think it looks good. That is a beefy trailing arm. It looks like they've really put some time into making this machine like stout, and you know what? That was the number one when I would ask people about like the RS1 and stuff. They wanted higher quality parts. They wanted it to be stronger, and so it looks like Polaris has listened. You know, it took a few years to get this machine out, but it's out, and it looks like they really put time into making it like a stout, like tough machine.
Bred smarter.
I love the tech. I love the tech. Can I just say that right now? It's freaking cool. I don't know. I like tech. I love how they've got their new dash. We'll talk a little bit more about it later. And the screen in the middle. They've really updated the cockpit nice. Yeah, I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I love the tech.
This monster devours the world's most brutal terrain. And you're here at feeding time.
I mean, they want you to know it's tough, and it does. It looks tough. It looks rugged. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. You know, I've had so much fun with the X3, and I'm stoked that we've got more 72-inch side-by-sides. For me, it's the only way to go. I want the hardcore desert machine. I don't know. I got more confidence in it than the smaller guys. So. Super stoked on the 72 inches, and it looks like just tough. It looks tough.
Introducing the all-new Rzr XP Turbo S. It's time to unleash the beast. With a 72-inch stance, 16 inches of ground clearance, and 32-inch tires, this is one big beast.
badass, man. It is cool. It is cool.
It's also incredibly agile by combining a compact wheelbase with a stable.
So the Rzr is shorter and taller than like an X3. So, but now it's actually going to be the same width. So I'm interested to see how it is with the. It's like in one of my other reviews, I felt like it was more truckish to buggyish, but now we've got wide with the truck style chassis that's all beefed up. That just looks tough. It looks tough.
Rising inertia of massive tires, we cracked the code on making a 72-inch machine cut like a rail and track like a trophy truck.
So Polaris has always had the most comfortable ride in your low to mid speed stuff. They have always been the best. They've just been super comfortable. Man, I feel like this 72 is just like the 72-inch wide chassis for Polaris is going to just kick so much butt. I feel like it's just going to make their chassis like perfect with that width. Oh, it's going to be cool, man. I'm pumped up.
Add in 168 horses of hyper-responsive turbo.
So 168 horse. So we've got the same motor. I wish it was a little, I mean, I always want more power. I wish we were seeing a little more like 185 horse. It would have been cool to step it up. My theory is with that is that they have that in the works. That's probably next year's machine. So like if you remember when the first turbo came out, it was 144 horse and then they went to 168. So they got to leave something in the bag for next year. So they're going to add a few things, and horsepower is probably going to be one of them. So, but with that being said, that's still a good horse, a good amount of horse. I haven't been in the 168 horsepower machine. I've been in a 144 horsepower machine. And it felt fast. It felt good. So I think power is going to be there. It's a turbo. I'm happy, and I think the power is going to be just fine.
Power, and you've got a machine that's born to live large.
Just airing it out, man. That is sweet.
It's good to be big, but only if you're strong. Anybody can slap a set of 32s on their buggy. That's not the same as building a machine that's made to handle the added force. Bearings, knuckles, shafts, arms, rods, chassis,
I mean, that is pretty cool. They went through the whole chassis, frame, suspension, knuckles, like the whole thing, and made it better. So, like I said, it's evolutionary. They have really taken what a lot of you guys loved and just made it better and gave us the 72 inches, which I'm so stoked about. But I don't know, it's sounding good so far.
See, you name it, we strengthened it. We even put more power in the power steering.
I like that. So on the 4-seater and my 2-seater with the bigger wheels and tires, is one of the things that I said about my X3 is that I wanted, it actually did not have, well, I wanted more assist sometimes. So I'm glad to hear that they've got the correct amount of assist for a 32-inch tire, because that's about as big as I want to go on my machine. So that 32 with a good power steering unit. So we've even beefed up the power steering unit on this machine, which is cool. So I'm stoked about that. That makes a difference with your control.
So you can effortlessly point all that terrain-dominating rubber exactly where you want to go. To make sure our XP Turbo S has the brains to match its brawn, we packed it full of smart technology. For starters, we gave it Ride Command, off-road ready touchscreen tech that puts the world in.
So again, I love this. I think this stuff is kind of the future. We all love our tech, and I love that they have the screen. I'm pretty sure it has cameras. If it doesn't come with a camera, I know you can put them in it. So you can have a front and a rear camera. That is cool. And I'm really stoked on the tech. I liked the tech in last year's Rzr, the tech and the suspension in last year's Rzr, but I didn't feel like personally it was enough. So I'm excited that they've got the tech in this one plus everything else.
Your fingertips, vehicle diagnostics, Bluetooth audio, GoPro control, GPS mapping, and that's just the beginning. Ride Command also puts you in full control of dynamic.
So super stoked about the dynamic suspension. The shift on the fly to adjust your compression and stuff, that is so cool. Again, I liked that last year, it just wasn't enough. So the fact that you can have that, you know, if you're cruising on the trail with your wife, you just might want to chill, so throw it into comfort. That is cool as heck. And then if you're going hard, you can chuck it into sport or let it decide what to do for you. I love how it will adjust in corners and adjust on, you know, when you're up in a jump. So the dynamics is cool, and you know, like I said, I liked it last year. It just wasn't enough, you know, for me last year. So I'm stoked. They got a 72-inch machine with the dynamics. It's kind of what I was asking for in the RS1, and they've kind of done it in this. So they're probably coming out with that RS1 that's like that too. But yeah, like the dynamics a lot.
The world's first and only intelligent off-road suspension. It continuously tunes itself on the fly hundreds of times per second, so you can drive harder and faster than you ever thought possible. Here's another smart idea. Why not put the suspension travel where you can actually use it? From the bottom of the wheel to the bottom of the skid plate, XP Turbo S gives you an industry-leading 25 inches of...
So this is cool. So this is something that they have a little bit of advantage with dynamics, because the fact that you go up in the air, the wheel travels all the way down, and it stiffens up the suspension. You're giving yourself a lot more room to land. And so that is cool. You know, it has an X3 is like 15 inches of ground clearance. This is 16 inches stock, and then, you know, with your stuff fully extended, and then the compression is getting stiffer, it's giving you extra travel when you're coming down. So pretty cool, and that's something you're only going to get with a dynamic suspension. And I definitely, you got to give Polaris props for the suspension. The suspension, you know, they put a lot of time and money into that suspension, I'm sure, and I do think it's awesome.
Usable travel. And just in case that's not enough to keep you comfortable, we gave XP Turbo S the most evolved cockpit the off-road has ever seen. New seats, new harnesses.
So I've never liked Polaris seats, but these ones look like they've got a lot more bolstering, and I'm hoping that I like them. But I've never been a fan of the older seats. I've never been a fan of. I love the harnesses; those look awesome. And we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah,
new Sparko wheel.
Badass. I love when companies use cool aftermarket products. And the older Polaris wheel, I wasn't in love with that either. That wheel is badass. I like the flat bottom. It's a Sparko. It's just cool. So stoked on the new gauge. Like the ride command. Love the steering wheel. It's going to be sweet.
New cage. Factory installed metal roof and crystal clear sight lines, so you can...
So let's go back to the cage. The cage looks awesome. It looks really stout. So, you know, look at all the different bars back there. It looks beefy. I like the metal roof a lot. So again, it's evolutionary, but they've really put some money into. I mean, it's kind of like taking your Rzr to a tuning shop and saying, you know, beef it up. And so they've done all that for you, and I'm impressed with the cage too. I think it looks cool. I love the way it looks.
Factory installed metal roof and crystal clear sight lines.
So that's another thing that I'll give the Polaris props on. Because it's shorter and it's more truck and you're more upright in it, you have really good sight out of the Polaris. And they're saying they've improved that even more. Rock crawling in the X3, it is kind of hard to see where your front wheel is, to place your front wheel. So I do like that about the truck style, or, you know, Polaris style, is that you do have good sight out of the vehicle. You can still see that front wheel, and And it does help, I think, in a crawling situation. So pretty cool.
So you can see every last inch of terrain you're about to destroy. Let's face facts. The biggest, strongest, smartest beast the off-road has ever seen may not be for everybody. But if you know the difference between looking cool and being cool, between showing off and showing out, we've got just the machine you've been waiting for. Introducing the all-new Rzr XP Turbo S. It's time to unleash the beast.
I don't know. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Let's go here. I'm pretty happy. Honestly, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Like I said, don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, they've been good machines, and really, even though it's the same basic shape, I mean, they've basically beefed up every single thing in this, added all kinds of technology in it, gave it stock 32s. I kind of wish it had beadlocks. So that's one thing that I kind of wish. I kind of wish that it came with factory beadlocks, but I do love that it came with 32s. Beadlocks. I have a love-hate relationship with beadlocks. I like the beadlocks, but that they always lose air, so I don't know. I guess it's not the biggest deal, but I guess if I had a choice, I'd take the beadlocks. Definitely like the cargo in the Rzrs. You know, that is a nice cargo area. So you still have some utility in it. Little tow hook there. Yeah, it looks cool, man. It looks fun. It looks fun. I'm so pumped to get my hands on one of these and get out and ride them. What else? Rear lights are different. Those look pretty cool. Yeah, I love all the bars and the cage in the back. Like, it just looks like, it looks strong. Like, it looks safe. It looks safe. So, you know, most people with Polaris were concerned about quality. It looks like they've stepped it up to me. You know, it looks like they've stepped it up and made things way better in this machine. I love that cockpit too. I mean, that is cool. Cool looking. So seats have more bolstering. The gauge looks awesome, and this wheel, that wheel looks awesome, and the ride command, it just looks cool. And I like the adjustability of it. Yeah, those 4 points are awesome. So yeah, this seat and harness is looking better. So I think this is where you can put a camera, is right there. So I don't know if it comes with it or not, and right here. Those two places you can get a camera for it, I think it looks like. But yeah, badass. I love those trailing arms, man. Those look freaking sweet. Look at it. It's like a boxed trailing arm, man. It looks freaking awesome. That looks like a nice piece there. Fox shocks look great. Yeah, suspension is gonna be dope. Man, I guess, you know, it looks similar to the old one, but it seems like a total redesign to me, even though it is the similar shape, and you know, it is an iconic shape. So yeah, it's just different. It's not exact. It's still more truckish. It's not as buggyish like the X3, but it looks badass. And I love the 32s. I love their LED lighting. The XX. Have you guys seen the headlights on the XX? I'm not trying to talk trash, but they look like crap. Like, give me some cool looking lights, man. Those lights do not look good in that thing. But yeah, it looks awesome. Looks aggressive. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think, and yeah, let's go from there. It's similar weight to an X3. It looks cool. I think Polaris guys are going to be happy. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to really... It's just another step. It looks like another step to me. The suspension with 72 inches and the dynamic suspension, I think, is going to be badass. I'm really excited to try this and the RS1, and I'm just excited for 2018 and side-by-sides. It's going to be so fun. But yeah, I'm happy. I wish it had a little more horsepower, but I guarantee you that's next year. I would bet so much money that next year it has that 185 or whatever on it. So, well, I hope I didn't miss anything, but yeah, love the steering wheel, love the cockpit. It looks aggressive. I mean, look at that thing. It looks sweet. So it looks tough. I mean, in their video, they're trying to show you that it's tough and it handles good, and yeah, looks good. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Later.